Alright, another year has rolled around the block and we're here to revel in my media addiction, specifically what I bought on Black Friday. Now, the first question you might have is, why didn't you post this back in November? Well, because there's a couple of companies that take a little time to get you stuff. One particular company that takes you a couple months to get your items. It's part of doing business with them. That, and of course knowing that their site's probably not going to work on Black Friday. It might not work until the day after, or even the day after that. If you're familiar with my other videos in this series, then you'll know this has been a bit of a banner year. Hopefully again, that this is the top of the waterline. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to try to do it faster, and here's where you can go. Find a list of every company if you want to just jump straight to them. I've kind of front-loaded the boring stuff, exactly the opposite of what you're supposed to do with a YouTube video. But here we go with Dollar Tree. Of course, everything from Dollar Tree is $1. I tried to buy a little bit less this year just because so many of the mystery titles I bought from them over the years have been garbage. But anyway, speaking of garbage, first one up is Dark Encounter. Give me some very The Void vibes on this. Didn't read the back, have no idea. It's probably not going to live up to that expectation. Next is the complete second season of Soap. I used to love watching this on Comedy Central back when, you know, they just replayed reruns of old comedy TV shows. Soap. Season 2, I might have to look into getting the other seasons now. We'll see how that goes. For the daughter. Item for the daughter. Next up is Journey into the West. I might have skipped this one being a DVD, but you know, they got me with that metallic-y slipcover there. Stranger Things knockoff that I've seen at Walmart for a long time. I know a lot of people saw this on Blu-ray at Dollar Tree. I didn't find any on Blu-ray, and I searched a couple of Dollar Trees. Best I could find was this DVD of the Sneakover. Stranger Things knockoff, maybe? Hopefully. Now, this is my only one of the MGM series of DVDs that I bought. I'm trying not to buy those. They do have slightly better transfers than the previous older releases, but I just don't like to encourage newly manufactured DVDs. So I try to stay away from buying these. They are making these brand new for Dollar Tree. They've all got the same barcode. This movie is one I didn't think would make the jump to Blu-ray, so Canadian Bacon with John Candy. Hey, how many times have I passed over this over the years? The Midnight series of Hellraiser. I probably should have just got one of the Cube collections, you know, on Blu-ray, but for $1, why not? Something with Zach Galifianakis, something Yakuza-y with Beat Takeshi, and to round out the Dollar Tree DVDs, The Night Sitter, an interesting-looking horror title. Give it a try for $1. Let's move on to the Dollar Tree Blu-rays. And first one up in that category is The Man Who Killed Don Quixote. Terry Gilliam, Madam Driver, all-star cast. Looking forward to this one, actually. It'll pair nicely with Lost in La Mancha, I think. And then we have The Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich. I didn't want to pay full price for this. And hey, for $1, I will get it. When's the last time they made a good Puppet Master movie? 5? Even then, 2 was good. 3? Maybe just 2. Maybe number 2 was the last one. This will be Puppet Master 14, I think. Margot Robbie, Simon Pegg, Mike Myers. That's a good cast. I got this one just for the cast alone. Terminal. Revenge never looked so good. I think I'm going to be disappointed with this one, The Day of the Living Dead. It's a beefy release. It seems like there's multiple discs in there. Of course, it says at the top that there is. We'll see how it goes. This is the first time I've looked at the back, and I gotta say, I'm not looking so good. Speaking of not looking so good, The Haunting in Alcatraz. Who buys this garbage? Probably the same kind of person who buys Dollface or Trick or Treat. 2 more. Next one up, Monster Party. Interesting. They got me with a slipcover. It's kind of a comedy horror movie, I believe. And then maybe my favorite find from Dollar Tree this year, The New Kids with the retro-inspired VHS slipcover. I will buy anything that comes in a retro-inspired VHS cover. And moving on to the most mainstream stuff, I have the Zack Snyder Justice League. Got it at Walmart. Only Walmart title this year, and only got it at Walmart because Amazon price matched it for like 10 minutes. Moving on to Amazon, of course, I got Bad Boys for Life, There was a close-ish deal. I don't know if this is quite Black Friday, but an okay price for this Vestron release of Sundown. Chaos Walking in 4K. Nobody liked this movie, but I really liked it a lot. And then something for the heart. We have Don't Breathe 2. The redemption arc for our blind rapist's killer character. Old guy action film. Nobody. Also on 4K, The Green Knight. Remember when everybody was buying this for like $35? And I was like, why is everybody paying so much? It's Black Friday, it's just around the corner. Got all the other ones, needed The Forever Purge. I'll just buy anything with Ryan Reynolds in it, it seems. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. And rounding out Amazon purchases this year, we have Batman, The Long Halloween, and Part 2. So, I actually have had a chance to watch Part 1, and it is short enough and kind of extended, like drawn out scenes enough to where I think this is really just one movie that they broke apart into 2 packages to make you buy 2 separate releases. Also, it wasn't that good. I don't recommend people pick this up unless you're just like, you really like this thing going on right here. Next up is the catalog release king, and the first time I've done a Black Friday shopping with them, I think it was the December-November event. Anyway, Kino Lober picked up Space Camp. Gonna mark that one off my list of shame. The Last remake looks a little Mel Brooksian, but I give that a try. The Atomic Cafe, I'll sucker for anything nuclear. Homebodies, you know, I paid a little bit higher for this than I normally would have for a Black Friday item, but I was looking to buy this on VHS. I had seen the preview for it in one of the trailer trauma discs, and I really wanted to watch this movie. I'm glad I waited because the VHS tapes were going for like 20 bucks, and I was like, 20 bucks for VHS. Less than 20 bucks for Homebodies on Blu-ray. Some 3D action here with Dynasty in Super 3D. And another one that Payne waits for is The Producers. Been looking at that Scream or Shout Factory release of The Producers for years now, and it was just never at a good price point. It seems like pretty much all the special features have been ported over to here, so glad I was able to pick up The Producers at a more friendlier price to the wallet. There was an Arrow sale this year as well. I went a little crazy. I've been kind of putting off buying Arrow titles for a long time because I wanted to get the special edition. I mean, not the special, the limited editions, and I kept waiting too long and having to get the special editions that sometimes had less features, but I decided to just ignore all that. I'm going to buy what I want to watch. So, starting off with the Arrow sale, The Cat of Nine Tails, little Dario Argento there. Edge of the Axe, I've been waiting to pick up this horror schlock for a long time. This one's actually one of the limited editions. Mallrats suggested to me on my episode of the Force 5 podcast. If you'd like to go listen to me talk about shit talk about Blu-ray companies, specifically around Black Friday, go check out my episode of the Force 5 podcast entitled Top 5 Boutique Blu-rays. Next up, a little Death Smiles on a Murder. Looks like Kinski in that one, perhaps. A little European horror. Super 80s with FM. I've never seen this, so I've always kind of wanted to see it, so I'm gonna finally catch FM. Warning from Space! Again, another movie that I've been wanting to see for a long time. Didn't want to pony up for... I don't even know if there was a limited edition. I stopped with Arrow. I'm disappointed in myself. Like this one, Waterworld. I think there was an Arrow one with like an extra cut or something. Well, this one has the Ulysses cut on it. It's got the theatrical cut and the Ulysses cut. I think the other one also had the TV cut, the limited edition, but, you know, for the price. A little Tommy Lee Jones action movie, Stormy Night. You know, I'm a sucker for the kind of neon 80s look. Why don't you just die? People who know me. Tenderness of the Wolves. Werewolf horror, perhaps? I think this has been like kind of on a side list of something to get for years, but finally picking up Tenderness of the Wolves. And last one from the Arrow sale is the Japanese Invisible Man movies. The Invisible Man appears and the Invisible Man bursts the human fly. Another one of those titles that I've been interested to see for a while, and I haven't ever really seen it at a good price. I probably think this is still not the best price, or is it over here? one of those two places. But I was in a buying frenzy. I don't know what happened. It was just movies, and they started showing up at my house, and it was like boxes and boxes, and I'm like, hey honey, this is just a couple Black Friday movies. They were all great deals. Plus shipping. I'm just gonna reuse that. Next up, Cult Epics with Scram. I think I thought this was a different movie. I don't know, I think I got used to seeing this cover in different places, and then I thought this was a different movie. But hey, now I own Scram. However you say that, it seems to be a horror movie of some sort. I do really enjoy how Cult Epics will let you just buy one movie, free shipping on Black Friday. Now, of course, they are priced higher, so maybe that price differential there kind of makes up for the free shipping, but I always like to look and see if there's at least one title on Cult Epics on Black Friday that I want to pick up. Last year it was Death Laid an Egg, this year it's Scram, Into the Mind of a Serial Killer. Third year for Epic Pictures. They do a lot of low-budget horror movies. I've seen quite a few of them that I've bought, and I've really quite enjoyed them overall. There has been a couple less stellar ones, but overall pretty good. Also pretty good Black Friday prices, although this year not as good as previous years. So first up from them is Benny Loves You, a killer puppet. Come on, I had to watch that. Followed by Val, which seems to be a horror comedy. Next up, with one of those retro-inspired cases, is Bad Candy. I really love these kind of cases. I've yet to see a good movie come in one of these cases, but maybe this is the one, Bad Candy. The movie Doors seemed fairly interesting. It was highbrow sci-fi. I almost didn't buy this one just because of the name, but I heard some good reviews. Butt Boy. Again, almost didn't buy it just because of the name. Butt Boy. And last one from Cult Epics is For the Sake of Vicious. This is something that was recommended to me specifically, and not something I would have otherwise bought. It looks like a kind of a siege type movie, and those get kind of boring for me, but I heard some good praise for this movie and I thought I'd give it a try. For the Sake of Vicious. Next one up is MVD. I almost skipped them this year, as their prices over the last couple of years have been kind of riding up, and they have this new policy where there is no free shipping, which I really hate. I mean, I would have bought twice as much movies just to not pay that small shipping fee, but whatever. Maybe I'll skip next year, and then it'll be more worth it the year after, right? Maybe? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. First one up is The Go-Go Boys, an inside look at Canon Films. I've been wanting to watch this, or there's another Canon Films documentary that I almost got. They had it at Dollar Tree, but I missed it. A little something from my youth. I'm sure I used to watch this when it would come on HBO late at night. Snapdragon with Pamela Anderson. Next, a movie that's gonna suck. It's been on clearance for a long time, and in fact, I just, as of recording this, noticed it still on clearance for the same price. Max Upload and the Nether Blasters. They can't give this title away, except to me apparently, and I paid money for it. Max Reload. Maybe it'll be good. You know, maybe. From the Rewind collection, The House on Sorority Row. This one's actually an upgrade for me from VHS, back when we had like a double-deck VHS player and we used to record like everything we'd rent for a while. And it's never as fun to go back and watch a dupe VHS as it is like a VHS you purchased with the art. Also audio commentary and whatnot now. You know how much I love those. Next one up, another Rewind collection, Double Impact, a little Van Damme schlock from the 90s. Primal Scream, I saw this one for $3 less just a couple sales later. Otherwise though, definitely something I'm really into. Sci-fi horror. There was a sticker on here that somebody peeled off. A round sticker. No, there was 2 stickers on here. What the heck? MVD, what was going on with the stickers that were on this that were peeled off? Accidental Upgrade, Diamonds of Kilimanjaro to round out the bunch from MVD. I have this in this set right here, which I watched one time and then never again. I've probably had it for, 15, 20 years. So, I guess I get to watch Diamonds of Kilimanjaro again, which I didn't even know I owned when I bought it. Plus shipping. First time ordering this year from Dark Forces, because when I saw the sale, I clicked through to it, and I bought the minimum required for free shipping. come to find out, before the sale started, they changed their policies to where it was double the amount needed for free shipping, so I had to pay shipping. I pushed it through thinking they would just refund me, and first one up is Redneck with Telly Savalas, some grindhousey looking action thing from the 70s or 80s. I'm into it. Zombie Nightmare with Adam West and Tia Kiera. Why are all these like the arts above the protective cover? I don't know. Yeti Giant in the 20th century. Ideally a So Bad It's Good Italian knockoff. Evil in the Deep. I think after I bought this, I now own everything that came out in the late 80s, early 90s that was Abyss adjacent. I think this is the last one. Evil of the Deep. Right now, Lords of the... I think I have to still get Lords of the Deep. Anyway, Evil of the Deep. And last one from Dark Forces that I didn't know Vinegar Syndrome put out was Death Promise. Death Promise! Did have a chance to watch this one already. Quite enjoyed it. Really wish I had gotten the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray. Plus shipping. And next door up is Scream Team releasing. This is the second year I bought from them. I only watched one of the things so far I bought the first year, but I really liked it. It was this movie right here, and I highly recommend it, especially if you're into some good horror parody. Now, what I will say is I've watched one movie from this year's batch as well, and that is I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday, and do not buy this. It is terrible. It's no good. Even me liking the bad movies, don't buy I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday. Next one up is Forced to Fear. And then we have Lieutenant Jangles. Crime is a Disease. Meet the Condom. Exposure. And then to round out this batch, if you got 1031 with the slipcover, you had to get 1031 Part 2 with the slipcover. It was kind of a you needed to get both type deal. It was going to really bug me if I didn't. I really hope that I like this one now because I own the sequel without having watched the first one. So we'll see how that goes. 1031 and 1031 Part 2. Alright, and we're getting close to the end here. A newcomer this year was Makeflix. Starting with the one DVD I got from them. It was a double feature. I got it only because of Michelle Bauer here. And speaking of only buying things for Michelle Bauer, I also got Chick Boxer, which if you're a Michelle Bauer fan, you probably don't want to get because she's in it for like 3 minutes. I could never recommend this to anybody unless you're a Michelle Bauer completist, which I might not be after watching this. Another movie that I'm sure is going to be similarly as bad, Zombie Cop. And then the last one from Makeflix that Makeflix makes was Revenge of the First Wives. Catchy, nice looking cover. I thought I'd give it a try. Also, this had been on my list to buy for quite some time. They had a pretty good deal on it. The Phantom Empire. Fred Olen Ray with Jeffrey Combs. It's probably not going to be that great, but it probably will be a lot better than the Makeflix movies. The Phantom Empire. And then the last thing I bought from Makeflix, I only clicked on it because it said $4.99. But that was from $4.99. And then there was the version I got that had Brinky Stevens' autograph. And why did I need Brinky Stevens' autograph? Well, I just saw the different options that you could buy, and I was like, I don't have anything signed by Brinky Stevens. Maybe I need her autograph. So I paid a very non-Black Friday price for Shock Cinema Signature Edition. Okay, and that brings us up to our penultimate company, and that would be Severin. I probably would have bought more from Severin. Again, the first day their sale was on, I couldn't buy anything. The next day, I still couldn't buy anything. And by the time I was able to get back to them the third day, a lot of the more clearancey, me type of stuff, the $4 things were all gone. So, for some reason, I still bought a bunch of stuff from them, and here's what I got. I got what? From Roman Polanski. Who knows? What? Feed the Light. Based on H.P. Lovecraft. They got me with that one. The Uncanny. Big fan of Peter Cushing. Needed to round out my Severin Kids line with The Wind Blows. Shining Sex. For educational purposes, I'm sure. I got this I thought this was Phantom of the Mall. I don't know why I thought this was a different title for Phantom of the Mall, because none of that tracks at all. But I got Patrick, and Patrick Still Lives. Here's another movie that I upgraded. I knew that this was an upgrade, but You know, slipcover, limited edition, the FOMO, it got me. Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals, this Black Emmanuel, the best Emmanuel. And last thing I got from Severin was the Eurocrypt of Christopher Lee. Several different titles in there. I'm looking forward to getting this one off. Also, it feels real nice. Handy thing. This year, Severin did one thing different. They gave you a gift card for use in upcoming sales as a kind of, we're sorry for messing this up again, like we do every year. So that was nice of them. And there's some stickers as well in the box, so not a bad apology from Severin. Alright, and that brings us to our last company that I bought stuff from for Black Friday. The big one, Vinegar Syndrome. First one up, a couple things that I bought that I won't include in the total because they're not movies. I did upgrade Graduation Day. I've got a slipcover for that, so I can put that on Graduation Day that I'm sure I got at a good price, and now I'm upgrading it, so it's no longer a good price. I got a couple Vinegar Syndrome enamel pins as well. I'll put those on the wall at the end. First movie up is Steel and Lace. Nice slip cover to go with that one. Followed by Getaven, which, you know, I saw it on Red Letter Media like everybody else, and I thought to myself, when Vinegar Syndrome put this out, why would anybody want to buy this? Why? What kind of moron is buying Getaven? Yeah. It's got an audio commentary by the guy, so I'm kind of interested to hear his look back, his take on Getaven, and maybe he talks about how it has been repopularized by Red Letter Media. So it might be interesting to listen to the audio commentary on this terrible movie. The slipcover was about to sell out. I got Killing Birds, Zombie 4, Zombie 5. Of course, it doesn't say Zombie 4 or Zombie 5 on the spine, so it's not going to really go next to the other ones on the shelf. Why did I get it with the slipcover? I went extra to get it with the slipcover that doesn't say Zombie 5 anywhere for some reason. Zombie 5. Finally upgraded my old public domain DVD of Creature. I had a chance to actually watch this one a couple days ago as well. Looks really, really good. And it's just cheesy sci-fi fun. I really enjoyed this, and I totally forgot Klaus Kaczynski was in it. Anyway, Creature. Something to mention on this one before I move on. There's an audio commentary on here by The Hysteria Continues. It is studio edited. So several of the points where they're talking about Klaus Kaczynski in the audio commentary, it's just blanked out. And I don't like that at all. Why do you have that disclaimer at the beginning of the movie that they do not represent the studio if you're gonna censor the audio commentary? Boo to MGM for that one. I think that was MGM. I do hope that was not Vinegar Syndrome that did that. Another one I just got carried away in the Black Friday. I got Alley Cat. I watched this one too. It was what it was. It's no Death Promise, but Alley Cat. Considering the times we live in, I couldn't not get the Ebola Syndrome. Bought this one simply on FOMO because everyone was talking about it. Deadlock in 4K. An Argento movie that I thought I owned, but upon looking over my catalog did not. Trauma. And The Lamp. This is actually an upgrade from me over one of the Scream Factory 4-packs. I really enjoyed The Lamp, and I thought to myself when watching it, man, I really wish I could see this in better quality. Blu-ray, The Lamp. I'm looking forward to rewatching that. Okay, last couple titles. I got Censor, one of the first from their Vinegar Syndrome Pictures line, recommended from Red Letter Media, so thought I'd give that one a go. New York Ninja, and of course they have that 80s neon style art there. I wish Vinegar Syndrome had a premium subscription where you could just get their Ultra and Archive series. I know even the subscribers to Vinegar Syndrome's other stuff have to buy these separate. So, Vinegar Syndrome, what are you doing? I'd subscribe for that. Come on. And here we are at our last movie, Flesh for Frankenstein, bundled with the 3D version. Almost got Blood for Dracula to go with this, but I'd seen pictures online about people's cases falling apart for that one, so I skipped that one from Severin. Anyway, that's it. There's there's the damage up there. Why am I doing this? Why did you watch this? Why does anybody do anything? I guess the real question is, how many of these movies am I going to have watched before next Black Friday? And I'm going to say at least 25%. Probably. Anyway, as always, thanks for tuning in, and have a great day.